welcome back. Unscripted Dad Life. I am one of your hosts, Kevin, joined by John.
Hi.
Justin. And we are back for another awesome show. Thank you everybody for joining us. We really do appreciate it. You guys were talking about something, so let's get into it before we find out how we're doing. What's the movie?
So
I'm really curious.
My older son said, "Hey, I want to watch it." I was like, "Okay, cool." Now he watches YouTube videos all day, so my expectations are kind of low. I'm like, all right, whatever. But we went to Netflix and he put on a movie called Nimona, Nimona, and it was really good, like tearjerker type good. It was fantastic. So I sent that over to a text over to Justin immediately after it was done, and I said, "Hey, check this out. I think your daughter will get a kick out of it as well." And so,
Is it a family movie or?
Yeah, it's an animated movie. I'd say probably PG, maybe.
Did you see, for like a scale, did you see that one, I can't remember the name of it exactly, but it was a girl that had a robot as a friend. It came out 2-3 years ago, Netflix animation thing, and she just had a total garbage attitude. I wish I could remember the name.
Megan? I'm just kidding. That's the horror movie that came out a few months ago. No, I don't. That doesn't.
Well, damn, I wish you could. Okay, yeah, because as a scale, because we watched that and it looked beautiful, but then me and my wife both at the same time went, "Oh no, the main character is kind of a shithead." So I wondered what other people think of it.
No. But no, tell me, I'll watch it.
All right, yeah, no, I want to watch Nimona, right?
Nimona. Oh, got something for you too. When we were at the hotel just a couple days ago.
Not you and me.
Yeah, let me clear that up.
Yeah.
When my family and I, not including either of the co-hosts here,
You left a little change.
we were kind of stuck in there because we didn't know what to do. It was too hot to do anything. So Disney Channel was on, and we actually caught an episode of Bluey.
Nice.
And my wife cried.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real thing, man. Like,
dude,
So Coco is the one that parents hate. Bluey is the one that parents love.
Yes.
okay.
It hits hard. Which episode was it?
Something about I was falling asleep, but
Yeah.
my wife told me like the line was like, I think Blue is like, remember when you used to pick me up or something like that, and that the dad is like, I'll always remember, or something like that. I mean, it was just something super sweet. I'm probably butchering it, but like she was crying by the end of it.
You got to watch Baby Erase.
Okay.
That one is, the dad is definitely dad, and then the mom like tearjerker every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's
I
fantastic.
recommend it as well.
Baby Race?
Baby Race.
Baby Race.
Yep.
Okay.
Not like what's your race, like who's gonna get their first race.
Trying to avoid the
Right.
joke.
Yeah, it was the first one, the first baby to walk. It's fantastic.
All right.
It's really good.
Awesome.
What race was the first baby to walk?
You said you were trying to avoid it,
No,
and
I
then
know,
you
but it
just
was
come
right
out
there
and
that time.
blatantly say it. I already made the joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Blue.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
Dude, so the kids grow so fast, and my mind is boggled every time. They are talking nonstop now.
Oh, right on.
And it's like big words. I actually can understand about 90% of what they're saying. And it's fantastic.
Nice.
They want to play with toys. They want to put their track together. You ask them if you can help them put their car track together. They're like, no, I got it.
Nice.
And then they just start building. Yeah, and they start building it, and it goes across the entire living room. I spilled some water the other day because my youngest wanted to try it, and I spilled it because I put too much of it in his mouth. But
he said, "Damn it, not again."
No, I was like, "Hey, buddy." He's like, "Oh no, water," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll clean it, buddy. If you can ask mommy for a towel." So he walked over to the gate and asked mommy for a towel, and then he came over and he cleaned it. And I was like, "No, dude, I'll get that." And he's like, "No, I got it."
That's wow.
And he started cleaning it. And he's like, "All done, all dry." And he walked over and he threw it over the gate and just came back and sat on the couch.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Like,
awesome.
Dang, man. It was fantastic. I loved it.
That's cool.
I got to find a different word than fantastic. That's the 5th time I've
I
said
think
that.
it's fantastic.
No,
Yeah, is it
great.
pretty fantastic?
If the word fits, it's fine.
Yeah.
So you also told me that you introduced the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, man. I tried to introduce them to the Ninja Turtles, and we went 30 seconds into it, and it was really just the intro cinematic, and then it goes down into the sewer, and then they see the turtles, and all of a sudden it's, ew, 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 new show. So they saw Raphael and Donatello, freaked out, wanted a new show, so then we watched friggin' monster truck talking. It was crazy. The other thing that's really cool and heartwarming is now they want me to take their stuffed dinosaurs every time they go to bed and talk to them through the dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
And they were like, Daddy, talk. And they hold up their dinosaur. And I'm like, okay. And then I talk to them. And then they go to bed and they cuddle up with it. Best, dude, I don't even know. Like, that'll cure the deepest, hardest thing. It's great. I love it.
That's awesome. Way to go.
When my daughter was little, well, even before with my wife, but when I was having like really bad week, I'd have to like put my brain on. Doesn't matter what happens today. Once I get off at 5, I get to go home and see them and experience all that. So that's cool.
I'm just going to tell you right now, that only lasts so much before you have a mental breakdown.
That's
oh, no.
temporary.
Yeah. You need to find healthier ways to cope, but I applaud you.
I think it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, no, the burden rests on them. It's fine.
Oh, man.
I'm kidding. I'm just saying.
I'm not kidding.
How about you? How was your weekend?
It was good. First, exciting news. My daughter is walking now.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw the videos.
Mm-hmm. So she is. She's officially a toddler now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cute. Yes. Love it.
More proof that kids grow so fast.
Yeah, because a week ago she wasn't. Well,
Right.
Obviously that's gonna. Yeah, no shit. That happens with every child. A week ago they weren't walking in.
Yeah, it just happens.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. Yeah. One day they don't, and the next day they do. I mean, that is how that works out. So that was number one for good news. Second, I invited Kevin here to a barbecue, and then I invited him to an MLS game of my home team and the one that I've supported forever. FC Dallas. Justin, you might be familiar with this because I invited you to a game that you did not stay at, and so you never saw the team.
Did you ever invite me to a barbecue that I didn't attend, or?
No, you were busy.
Oh,
you had a barbecue.
Yeah,
you had plans. You had plans. Kevin didn't have plans. I said, hey, come on over here. We're gonna cook out.
No, I get it.
And
Kevin's the golden-haired child now.
Well, no, I
He's the one that didn't leave you at the game.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it was awesome.
All jokes aside, it was a really fun game. And I'm going to stop bringing it up because you did apologize, so thank you. But it was a really fun game. I was worried that we were going to get slaughtered because we were playing against LAFC, and they just have a star-studded cast.
Wow.
And we're playing with so many injured players, and so we've got a B string and a C string playing. But we won 2-0. So great first game. He's my lucky charm now. So yeah.
Oh, Kevin's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, why would you be my lucky charm?
No, I think somebody on the team. I didn't know.
No.
Okay.
Kevin is.
Before I forget, too, I do want to thank your sister and her husband for going, too. All three of you were awesome, especially when, my stuff started kicking in.
Mm-hmm.
But the three of you guys just inviting me and supporting me through all that, making sure I was okay. Seriously, there's no words. So I do appreciate that. So... And I know how important it was to you, so I do appreciate it.
No worries. And for context, and I'm not going to put anybody else's business out there, but
you,
FC Dallas, that night was Military Appreciation Night.
Yeah.
And so they did a drone show, but unbeknownst to me, they also did fireworks.
Yeah, Kevin told me that's such a dumb
who?
oversight.
Yeah, exactly. That went from idea to... a panel or a group of some sort said, okay, yeah, let's do it, to actual fruition. And I just cannot get over the fact that they would find that, let's invite a bunch of vets out and scare the shit out of them with fireworks. Who thought about that? My sister actually commented on their Facebook page. She was like...
She didn't hear your response?
Yeah, but it was people who didn't understand what they were saying, what she was saying. They were basically like, oh, our vets deserve fireworks. And she's like, no, dipshit. I'm saying that, people with actual issues should not be given fireworks in loud environments. That's what I am trying to say. So, she's already...
I hope she really started it with no dipshit, because I've had conversations with her that start with no dipshit. So.
But, she sort of sent a strongly worded message to them, asking them to, be a little more level-headed next time.
Yeah.
And overall, it was good. 4th of July was great. We did our thing where we get a hotel room so we don't have to mess with traffic. The kids love staying in hotel rooms. They just bounced around from bed to bed the entire time. We went swimming, went to the show, or not to the show, to the game, saw the fireworks, went back to the hotel room while it took 3 hours for the traffic to clear up. So it was great. Overall, wonderful weekend.
Very good.
How was your weekend?
Honestly, I don't remember the weekend.
Nice.
I really don't.
Stop drinking.
Because you partied too hard?
Not what it was. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. No, I don't know. 4th of July, we didn't actually end up doing anything. We hung out at the house, and then I took my daughter to a friend's house so that she can go hang out with them for a little bit, and then me and my wife just kind of hung out at home and didn't really do much. And then on our way back, when I went to go pick up my daughter, there were families in our we have like a suburban neighborhood in the country kind of, and so what it is it's a bunch of country people in the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to fire fireworks in the middle of the street in a neighborhood like that. It's kind of a liability. It's not really safe, especially with the heat we usually have. So as we're coming back, I weave through the neighborhood because I keep seeing things shoot up, and I'm like, oh, what's this going to be? I'm genuinely curious. I'm not being a jerk about it. I'm just like, who's doing this?
Yeah.
And we pass a family that's putting things out in the street, lighting it, and stepping back. And then when I drove up, they kind of gave me the look, of like, thanks for fucking up our little mini show here. And so it was like that in movies where the car and then everybody steps out of the way and we drive through. And so anyway, like we kept hearing pop, 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 pop for hours and hours and hours. At some point, I go, babe, do you want to go out and see, what it is? We went out on the back patio. We could see some fireworks and stuff, and but it was kind of it wasn't great. So me and her walked around, my daughter and I walked around the neighborhood looking for them, and I'm pretty sure that the cops must have been called out and like had everybody put them up because all that was gone. By the time we went out, we missed out on pretty much all of it. We heard pops in the distance because further out in the country, it's fine. We're surrounded by country. We're kind of this weird little suburban island. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we didn't do much, to be honest. We could have done. 4th of July's never been a big.
Did you do anything during the day?
No,
like on the actual 4th?
No, that was the 4th. Because I didn't realize I do this kind of shit all the time. But I didn't realize that the regular 4th of July festivities would end up happening on Saturday or Sunday, which all the little surrounding towns for us, that was the case. I had looked up another town nearby that has a lake that I thought would be cool, but I just pulled the trigger way too late on that. But they did theirs on the 4th of July.
Not only that, but it was really hot. I mean, there would be nothing enjoyable about being outside.
Yeah. And that's what my wife was saying. She's like, I don't want to be somewhere I'm just sweating and watching a show.
I've seen fireworks before.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the funny thing to me that, like, I listened to our last episode again, and both of us went, yeah, fireworks are fucking kick ass. But as a grown up, like, I have this, in my head, I have this memory and this, like, vision of all the disposable cameras that I've purchased and taken photos of fireworks.
Oh, yeah,
and then threw away immediately because that's fucking dumb. Yeah. Every time I see somebody taking a picture of
like video of it,
like, I'm like, you're never going to watch this again.
Yeah,
like,
who are you going to show that to?
Exactly. If this is, like, phenomenally cool video.
Like if it was like Gandalf and a dragon firework, like, dude, yes, I'm recording that.
I kind of hope we feel the same way about all these cool drone shows that are going on right
They
now.
Are pretty cool.
They're pretty. I haven't seen one in person yet. They look amazing.
They're cool, but they're not fireworks.
Really? You can't program a firework. You can't attach a gun to a firework. Dude, you're scary.
Yeah, drone shows are cool, but there's a new firework. I'm gonna try to find it and I'll send it to you guys and I'll also post it on our Patreon. There's this new firework thing where you can kind of see it's already laid out in the sky, and then they shoot it off, and it's the coolest fucking thing ever.
Like follows a path?
Up, yeah, it follows in a direct path.
Oh, I think I've seen what you're talking about.
This really badass design.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but it looks like a bendy straw just chilling out in the sky, and then the firework comes up, and then it just does this weird path.
That's cool.
Defies all gravity and physics because you're used to a firework just exploding, but this one follows like a domino path kind of thing, and it's the coolest fucking thing.
That's cool. Yeah, send me that. I want to see that.
Yeah, it's cool. I meant to save that and send it to you guys.
Yeah, I'm still unimpressed.
Yeah, instead I just
Unimpressed.
Yeah, I said unimpressed.
It's 2023, folks.
Instead, I just found that one meme, and I was like, Justin, was this your family? About fireworks setting off the wildfire.
My family's not the problem. It's my town of origin.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, if any of you listen and you won't because you don't know what a podcast is, I'm sorry.
What?
Fired. You said that about your wife.
I just wanted to get a phone call from Miranda. They're like, I do listen.
You will. Because I'm pretty sure you also said your wife doesn't listen to the show, and then we found out a couple weeks ago.
No, she does. And just now in that moment, if she's listening to this episode, she went, God, he's such a dick.
Terrible, man.
Anyway. So what are we doing today?
So I actually had a thing that came to my head when I was at the barbecue with watching your little one, and then the kids over the weekend. But first, we have the cup of destiny. Destiny cup.
I don't know. It changes just call it the fucking cup, please.
The fucking cup.
The cup of life, the chalice of fate.
It's my turn, right? Because you guys did the last two. All right,
that is true. Wait. This was your idea to do what we do every week?
Yeah, the cup.
No.
No, you said.
So
you said I had a thing come to me.
Yeah, for part two.
Oh, okay.
I was like, because then you just like skipped all of that. I was like, yeah, we're going to the cup now.
Yeah, no, the cup, and then part 2 is something that came to my mind.
Okay,
Cool.
okay.
I've been meaning to talk to you guys about it. Because, new parent. But I figured it'd be a good topic for the show. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
All right, so this one is coming from Anna here in Richardson.
Hey, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Oh, man.
It says,
All right.
why is Kevin the best dad? Explain.
Give me 3 reasons.
This is a terrible one.
He's handsome.
All right, so are you guys ready?
Yes.
Is newborn, which is 0 to 12 months, or toddler, 12 plus months, poop worse?
Oh.
In my experience, it's been 8 to 9. Those are the real bad years. That's. Oh, I know the scientific answer for this.
Oh, let's hear it.
It's in the first couple months in the meconium poops, and I think it's actually the first couple weeks. And the only reason I remember meconium poops is because when we had the classes.
Hang on, time out. It's meconium.
It's meconium.
Yes, you said
That's what I said every
meconium.
time.
Okay, all right, but please go on. Yes.
For all of us laymen who don't use the scientific terms, it's nasty.
Yeah, it's
Nasty poop.
it's horrible.
Like black
It's like
tar.
goo. Like it's from. It kind of remember that famous scene from the Never-Ending Story where he's trying to pull his horse out of the meconium poops. It's like that. All the sadness. Yeah, the tar pit. It's fucking horrible. Yeah. So there you go. There's your answer.
So you think that's the worst? Is the meconium?
Absolutely. Yeah. Because we did the pre-parent classes before my daughter was born. We had all these parents in the class, and I was still like pre-parent mode where I was like, I'm gonna make all these people laugh. And then the teacher explained what the meconium poops are.
Yeah.
And I go, that sounds like a really rad punk band. And then it was like the most awkward, cringy laugh. Everybody's like, oh, this fucking guy's gonna make a terrible dad.
Hold on.
So.
Pre-parenting class?
Yeah, we took classes
Did
to
they
like
cancel
what to
that during
expect and
COVID?
stuff. You'll
There-
probably.
Yeah, there's a bunch of classes that you could take.
Online.
Everybody's going to capitalize on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is new to your world. I know how
There
to do
was
it.
no. It was here's your baby. Here's how you change it.
Well, you have to
Pregnancy or pre-birth.
pre-birth, and you have to seek it out. Like nobody just approached them. They went and
Yeah.
and
The hospital. Yeah,
sought
once
those out.
she went to her first visit to the doctor when she found out she was pregnant, they said go to the Baylor Hospital and they do these classes, and we really recommend them because we've been to the town that you're from and they don't know what they're doing. So
I don't remember classes.
at all, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember.
Well, then you're kicking ass.
Marriage stuff, but I don't remember pre-baby.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Either we didn't look. I do remember the books we read that didn't tell us poop about anything.
Are we watching our
I
mouths
didn't
now?
on that one. Huh?
Are we watching our mouths now?
Well, no. I
Okay.
can't see it even unless I look down. No, I don't remember pre-baby classes. What?
Sorry, that was a slow burn. I didn't know what the hell you meant for.
Oh, looking down at my mouth? Yeah, no, we're fine. We're not watching our mouth.
All right.
I have to look at it.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, I don't remember. John is like ready to just kill me.
He just puts the mic down and leaves.
Yeah, I got it. Have some videotapes I need to return.
Yeah.
What?
There was no pre-baby classes for us.
Oh, then you're kicking ass then, because
No.
well, no, you're doing great
I
from
have
what I
to
can tell.
disagree with your meconium, but
Oh, okay.
Poops though.
Okay,
Do y'all want me to write it down so that y'all can get? Because this is driving me crazy. That
I'm still not gonna say it right.
I'm gonna
now.
look it
Write
up
down.
because I could have swore they said meconium.
well, I swear
I
that
know
you're
how dumb
wrong.
that sounds, but
Yeah,
Is it?
meconium.
Yeah, meconium sounds right.
meconium.
hey Siri, how do you spell meconium poops?
What that is? God.
Here's what I found.
Meconium. Oh, it's like you say. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there we go. There you go.
Yeah, speaker. Google.
Google. Yeah. All right. Go
I don't
ahead.
want to cut John off, but John had something else to say about which poops are worse.
Oh, did I? Oh, well, I wanted to expand on yours. So you think the meconium is the worst? Why do you think that's the worst?
Because I remember them being tar-like, like for real, and they smelled horrible. And I remember having thoughts about it. I don't remember having any thoughts past that.
Okay. I remember it not having a particular scent.
That's how, I don't know. Maybe.
But again, I don't go sniffing the diapers, so I'm not saying that you do. I'm just saying that, like,
You're the closest to it. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't recall it
That's
having a scent.
Huh. Maybe,
But
okay, well,
Yeah.
my answer is as they get older, because their diet diversifies, it gets a whole lot nastier, a whole lot quicker.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, as soon as you introduce meat, it's all got to be downhill
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta. I'm going with right in the middle. Like their current poop, like I know what we're feeding them, and what they're putting out is not what we're putting in.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a smell that's just not natural, but
It's more natural than you can imagine.
the formula breast milk stage for us was the worst. Like it was like evacuate the house, get the hazmat suit. It was terrible.
Wait,
Okay.
formula or breast milk?
Both. We had to do both.
Oh, okay, yeah, we did too, but that's
Yeah, my wife. She'll probably talk about it when we do the wife takeover. But she really. We had a lot of mastitis problems,
Mm-hmm.
so we had to pump and formula because there was just a lot of issues that we had a rough start. Even getting pregnant, we had it really rough. We'll do that in a serious episode. So yeah, it was real bad from, I want to say after the black tar poo, when it started doing we went from oatmeal-ish grainy to just nasty. Whatever age group that was, like 8 months, give or take.
Yeah, I'm really grossed out by the oatmeal greenie description.
Yeah. That's when it really got bad for us. So I want to say more of like the 1 to 2 for us was terrible.
Quick question. Did your wife ever catch any of that in her bare hands?
Not well. We had one epic blowout, and it grossed me out. And I was I was in charge of the clothes while she was changing the diaper.
oh, I remember those days.
And I got a little bit on me, and you know me, I'm an emotional wreck. So it freaked me out, and I'm like freaking out because I got a little bit of poo on my pinky. So I'm like dead to the world all of a sudden because I got a little bit of green on my finger. And my wife is just over there just trucking along like, oh my God, moms have to do everything. Well, yeah, because you're stronger than I am, so it's fine.
But
Yeah, it was.
has she caught any with your bare hands?
I would not. I'm gonna say no, at least not yet.
I'm proud of her.
Because we are trying to do the potty training now,
Okay.
which hasn't worked. But we do have naked babies all of a sudden running around. They love dressing up like a baby for some reason. As soon as they come home, they have to be dressed like a baby. So they pull their pants down, they take their shirt off, and they just want to run in diapers all day.
Sounds like a grown man to me.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then they're like, oh, dad, diaper. And I'm like, no, I'm not a baby, but okay.
You know what? How different is that? Like, okay, you coming home, taking off your shirt, your shoes, maybe your pants, grabbing a beer or a drink and sitting down.
Oh, it's no different at all.
No difference.
No, not at all.
I think all men at this point in their life kind of turn into a mix between Mr. Rogers and Al Bundy, where they're like, I just gotta sit down on the couch, stick my hand in my drawers. No, I don't actually do that, but
Huh, okay.
I'm the same as what I was gonna say. Is
That's neat, Justin.
don't look at me like that.
To go back to the previous question from episode 10.
Oh, wait, hang on. Before we do that.
Oh.
Wait, was this your part 2 of the thing?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I was just going to say, to go back to it, the reason we can't handle cold is because we're big babies.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's
Yeah.
all. I was trying to make a dad joke.
Okay.
I wonder if Kevin does that every time his wife has to pick up his slack. He's like, it's because I'm a bitch. That's your words, not mine, from that other episode.
Dude, I mean, seriously, that's why we,
Don't expect much from me, okay?
yeah, we're just bitches.
Kevin, can I get your help? No, I'm feeling a little nauseous.
Dude, all the time. When the boys start to throw up, no, I can't be in here. It's bad. And then she's in there, like, cupping it, like the Holy Grail. Like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I'm freaking out, so I'm no help to her.
It tastes terrible.
I just feel so bad. Yeah. And then they got real sick in the car the other day, and I'm like, glad I wasn't in the car. Oh.
So describe the Unscripted Dad Life podcast to me as like
It poop and throw up.
poop and throw up, mental issues.
That's parenting, right? It's just all about poop, throw up.
Oh, yeah. I've been pissed on by all my kids.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened to us yet.
Mine,
I think it's probably past it right now. Technically, you've pissed on your kids.
I thought you were about to say you.
All right, look.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Why you gotta bring that back?
I'm stating a fact,
It's
right?
Unscripted Dad Life podcast lore at this point. It's part of the story.
So your kids took one for the team.
Did, yeah.
They loved you that much.
I can genuinely say I've never met another dad who's pissed on his kids. So
I think you're both full of shit.
All right, man. I'm just saying.
Damn it.
I do want to circle back about the classes because it seems like you guys had different takes on them. So you got classes. The hospital told you to go to them. You didn't have any direction like that.
But we also, it was during COVID for us, so everything was canceled.
Everything is different. Right.
Maybe there was something online that Anna and my wife took, maybe?
Mm-hmm. We had, I was going to say live birth. Of course we did. It's not, we're mammals. We had...
digital birth.
I cannot turn... we had home births, and so for each of them we had a doula, which is sort of they're basically your birth coach, and she's the one who gave us classes like, here's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 of what you're going through, and it was really helpful for me. So I would say that yes, women have been giving birth for thousands, millions of years, but it still is really helpful to know what is going to happen so you can set your expectations, and for the dads too, because I wanted to be in there. I wanted to be part of it. I didn't just want to be a spectator. And so there are things that you can do that I would never have dreamed of, while helping in the birth.
Yeah, no, I think it's probably more helpful for the dads than it is the moms. Like, I know that's broad generalization, but I feel like women have probably been more exposed to the topic of childbirth and all that stuff than men ever had because, obvious reasons. But and then in my experience, I feel like most of the men that I know, their wives are more engaged in like reading and learning about certain things like that. I feel like you may feel like it's like dragging the dude to the thing, but I think they'll be exposed to things they never even considered.
Like to put in perspective though, like it's barely one generation ago, give or take, where like dads were waiting in the waiting room smoking cigarettes, So like there's the gap isn't that far, So there's still a lot of work to be done.
I feel like of all the videos that we watched around that time, most of them were a little bit older, or I'm sorry, a little bit newer, and started with an explanation of how things were shortly before we were ever born. Yeah, like it's a totally new, wild concept that a man be in the waiting room at all, and it felt totally natural to be there with when it was going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So out of curiosity, because you guys went through classes, I remember one thing one of our nurses told us when we were at the hospital, but I'm kind of curious, did you guys ever have when you were in your classes that like, oh man, this moment where it just stuck with you and you still think about it? And I'll give you an example before you guys answer. For me, the nurse that we were talking to said, gave us some advice like, you have twins, but don't worry about stuff. Everything is a phase. Like, they're going to get mad. Just breathe through it. It'll end. When it gets to this, it's okay. It's still just a phase. If they don't eat, it's a phase. So it just stuck with me. Like, no matter what's going on, it's just a phase. It'll pass. Take a breath and move on. And that helped my wife and I through a lot of craziness. And I'll tell you guys off the show, there's a really funny story. She didn't kill me if I say it out loud.
Everybody just went, damn it.
Thought this was the Unscripted Dad Live podcast.
Maybe in the bloopers. So anyway, and that stuck with me, and it's even true even today. It's like, okay, they're getting mad, they won't eat, we can't get them to eat anything but chicken nuggets and these little like veggie straw.
Yeah, veggie straws.
It's all the boys want to ever eat. And then it's like, okay, well, they don't want to eat that today, or they get picky, or they don't want to put on their shoes, they don't want to put, and it's just like, just do it. But instead of getting mad, it's like, okay, it's a phase, just let it go, it's gonna pass. And sure as shit, 5 minutes later, everything's fine.
Yeah.
But when you guys were going through your classes, were there anything like that just stuck with you, especially now after 10, almost 11 years?
Almost 11, yeah.
And now you, on your third try, did anything ever stick with you guys? This isn't part 2.
I'll let you take that.
No, I mean, I'm sure things did. I think I've mentioned on here before that the "it takes a village" thing grates on me more than anything. So when I get unsolicited feedback from people, I take it with a grain of salt. I prefer my own experiences and discussion with my wife, and then people like you that I'm real close with. I think that's a whole different thing. When you were talking about just letting things pass, I feel like I've heard a lot of parents, like, so this is just a thought that was going through my head. I feel like I've heard a lot of parents fret a lot about, I'm gonna fuck my kid up, or I'm gonna kill my kid if I do this wrong, they're gonna die. Like that kind of anxiety I don't really have a whole lot of. I have more of like, how socially am I gonna like? I'm gonna teach my kid that it's cool to be a weird nerd, and then like she's gonna go off into this country town and go to school, and then weird nerd is not the path to take, and that kind of stuff I kind of worry about every now and then. But when it comes to I'm gonna like harm my child, I always think I've got this like thought bouncing around in the back of my head that's like, we meet people every day that clearly it's a miracle that they're still alive because they're so dumb and like off track and all this stuff. I'm like, if they made it, there's nothing I'm gonna do. Like, I'm already doing better than their parents did. I know that's a stupid, shitty, cynical.
No, I get it.
Everything.
Yeah.
But it really does make me feel better to go, if that fucking dude is still around, I'm doing great. Like, so I know it's kind of comical, but I think it really does help me just to think in those terms for the fucking my kid up conversation.
Gotcha. No, but just to be clear, nobody asked that part.
Wait, no, I told you that's what. You're such a prick.
I mean, that wasn't the question, dude.
Okay, here's the answer then. No. Nothing anybody said to me made me feel better, but my own intuition and experience.
That's
So you went the cocky route, like, I got this. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, to an extent. No,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Well, then I'm gonna.
The closest person to me with a kid when my daughter was born is you.
Oh.
So
So I'm the guy that you were like, if this guy's got it, I certainly have it.
I'm gonna serve.
not at all what I meant. That's what I meant now. You prick.
I'm gonna serve you some humble pie before we get into part 2.
All right. Well, hold on. He still
That's
got
what I
it.
said in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So one, because I was listening that whole time. I see what you mean by like bringing it around, because I was like, wait, this wasn't. Why are we getting so deep on this? Like, you're talking about like messing your kids up. Like, I thought we were talking about things that we got from class, but you you went down a different path. So that's why I was like,
Kevin didn't know the classes existed, so I had to veer off a little bit.
okay,
Never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, you're fine. Hey, great story.
Thank you.
I'm not even kidding.
Fuck.
I just said I'm not kidding. It's not like I'm like.
What they don't see is that you just shot me the fucking finger guns. Yeah, great story, kid. You're a bastard.
I've been called so many names in the past 60 seconds.
It's a defense mechanism. All right, go ahead, sir.
Hold on, I think Kevin's dying right now. Let's take a minute for Kevin.
Oh, shit. Go ahead.
So I guess for the classes that we took, I think the biggest thing, like as new parents that stayed all throughout the rest of our kids, is it's okay to let them cry and take a break, because our brains go into like overdrive mode, especially so for the moms, like they, like their tits start leaking milk just hearing the baby cry. You know what I'm saying? They could be in another room and like that's what happens. Like they have an immediate reaction to it. So it's hard. I'm sorry, guys. It's hard for them to like break away, to take a break, like a 5-10 minute break when the child baby is screaming. But knowing that you could have that to rely on to come back, collect your thoughts, go back into it, and try again. That is what has been maintained throughout my fatherhood.
Awesome. Sorry. I got in giggle mode as soon as you said this.
Sorry. Let me back.
And as soon as you said take a couple minutes to like breathe and all that, I did everything I could to like dry yourself off. Like,
well, my brain went straight to explain why you're giggling right now. Oh, it's because me and Kevin know that John's weirdo for not having his tits leak.
I guarantee you, as soon as my wife hears this episode, she's like, "You didn't even listen to John. You heard boobs leaking."
That's so true. All right, so say it again. Sorry.
So yes, that is it. It's okay to take a break when the child is screaming. Come back, try again, take as many breaks as you need to within reason, because it's going to be one of a few things. They need to be changed, they need to be entertained, or they're sleepy, or they're hungry. It's real easy when they're a baby. So don't treat it like it's like you have to study a science book.
You know that? Or go ahead, Kevin. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I had a moment that made me feel like an idiot during that because we didn't have the classes, and when the boys were born, I was like, okay, I know my wife is gonna be really tired and all that because she already is.
Yeah.
So I asked like, hey, how do I change a diaper, right? Because I had no idea, and then I was shown how, and I felt like such a freaking idiot because it's so freaking easy.
It is, but again, like if you don't do it, if you've never done it in your entire life, like what do you do? Because like it's not like you're changing a doll. They are kicking, they're screaming. They're a lot stronger than you think.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it's like, I just felt dumb because it's like, oh, I can do Velcro. Like I didn't.
Right. Yeah.
I thought you had to like tie it and do all. No, it's just like Velcro, change.
I remember
What kind of diapers did you think you had? Where you like you have to like bring in a pail of like cotton rectangles?
Dude, we're going on like a 16-hour freak out where I didn't know if my wife was gonna make it or not. Hadn't slept. Hadn't seen the kids since they were born in the morning. It's 16 hours.
Oh, okay. I see what he's doing. He's trying to get a pity party. Look,
my boobs weren't leaking. So, all right, anyway, let's move on.
I love that you said
no, but listen, for real, I will give you that because that must have been terrible. But it's still changing the diaper. The doula was like, "Here, I'm going to kind of guide you," and because I asked her the same thing when my first son was born, and she's like, "Here, let me show you." And I'm like still messing around with it, and like she shoves my hands out of the way. She's like, "I can't show you if your hands are in the way."
What?
but no.
Has she been your doula through all three?
For the first two.
Okay, you don't use her anymore. Fuck that. That was rude.
No. It was fine. We had that kind of relationship.
Oh, okay.
She is the best thing to happen for our first two births. It was great. We had it.
Time he learned with his hands.
Right.
there you go.
Boom. Yeah.
Oh shit! It does do itself.
Yeah. Hey. Cool. So no, I had that same thing, and it makes you feel incompetent.
Yeah.
But again, unless you've done it before, like you have to learn. That's just.
You know what dumb thing just popped in my head as he was talking about how, oh yeah, of course it's that. You remember that time we took your nephew to lunch? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
I do.
we gotta finish the story before it turns into something weird. His nephew, cutest little kid ever at the time.
About 3 years old or so.
Yeah, and he's just sitting. He's like, we're at a burger joint or something. He's kicking his legs and he's talking all about what's going on in his world. And he says, and then I was talking to my cat, and my cat talked to me, and da 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 da. And I go, your cat talked to you? What did your cat say? Meow. Like he looked at me like, you big dumbass. Like that's
Cats can't actually talk. They just meow, you moron.
exactly, yeah. And the way I felt in that moment was like, yeah, fucking duh. That's I can imagine like never knowing what changing a diaper is like, and then being exposed to it and being like, oh, it's changing a diaper. It's taking this one off and putting that one on and doing a little bit of wipage. That's all. I did also remember.
A little bit. Dude, I'm using like 7 wipes.
You're doubled up though, and
Dude, no, I mean like for one baby, it's 7 wipes. And my wife gets the same amount of cleanliness off of one. No idea. She's
Well-
a freaking wizard, I'm telling you.
But we've already established that you are very weak stomached.
All right,
yes, yeah.
All right.
So that's tracks. That tracks for you.
No, thanks.
I also had a memory that on the topic of changing diapers. By the time I had my daughter, I had already had experience. I have a nephew whose diaper I changed when he was real little, and I was 15 when he was born. The first time I ever held him, he peed on me. He's like 25 now, and every time I see him, I'm still like, that little fucker pissed on me. Like,
When he was a kid or when he was 25?
oh, he hadn't pissed on me in years,
Oh,
like 25.
Years. So
But
since
yeah.
he was 21.
All right, this is getting R. Kelly weird. I'd like to move on.
And then I also changed. I know I've got 2 cousins, and I know I changed one of their diapers when they were really little. And I remember specifically feeling like I'm being helpful. Like I was probably 10 when she was born.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember thinking, I'm helping out. Da, 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 da. Didn't think anything of it. And then the older I got, I thought that was fucking weird that I did it in the first place. That her parents let me jump in so eagerly to be helpful.
Oh, they wanted a break.
Sure, but it all seems so weird to me now. I don't know. Like, I feel like if my daughter was little and my probably at the time 15, 10-year-old nephew was like, I'll do it, I think that might be a little strange to me. I don't know.
So is it weird that you changed the diaper when you were 10, or is it weird because 10 was the last time you were helpful?
Both. I haven't been helpful in years.
I'm just messing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
Well, I hope we answered that question, Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
Uh, So
Oh, hold on,
back
hold on.
weird memories.
I have one more thing. I do want to take a minute to apologize because the word tits just came out like
Yeah,
naturally.
we were
so
surprised.
I'm sorry. I just want to apologize for that because well, that's the way me and my wife talk. We're like, hey, you're are leaking. Like, let's
Yeah.
do
Your poor
something about
wife.
that. What? No. I know you're trying really hard.
am.
Actually, yeah. When I left today, she's like, all right, say nice things about me. I was like, I always do because I love you and you're my best friend.
She goes, you tell that prick Justin, please.
But seriously, I want to apologize for that because I was kind of
All
Me.
good. We'll just bleep it out. We'll just make it say honkers. Like,
yeah, that's better. I like how I apologized and now it's getting worse.
yeah.
Kevin, what's part 2?
So really quick, I was going to serve some humble pie, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
make that part too because now I'm really curious. So I know the idea that I had was, when we were at the barbecue and I was watching your daughter, and it blew my mind that she just turned 1. She's already eating it's crazy. She's eating sandwich cheese with 6 teeth, and she has no problem eating the sandwich cheese. And then there was
Oh, yeah, holding her own cup and drinking out of it.
there was something else that she was eating too. Oh, the Parmesan cheese, that made me laugh.
Oh my God, my sister-in-law is so extra.
Hold on, let me tell it, then you do. So she's eating sandwich cheese, and there was a cheese stick,
Yeah.
and she put it in one of those Parmesan things that you can that you would get at Olive Garden when they're like, oh, just tell me when to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, now go ahead.
So-
This is where his
So yeah, my sister-in-law is super extra. She bought that Parmesan cheese shredder, I guess is what it is, specifically for my daughter because my daughter loves cheese. So she's over there and it's like you said, like at an Olive Garden, like she is just cranking away at this thing while my daughter's just looking at her like she is just like the light of her life. But she only bought she doesn't do that for herself. She only bought it because sometimes she watches my daughter. Literally the only reason.
what got me is that his daughter was able to eat it.
Yeah.
With no problem. No, it's freaking 6 teeth.
Wait.
Not even one.
Hold on. She bought the thing because she watches your daughter. Sometimes she wanted to have something for your daughter to.
Yeah, and she loves cheese.
Oh, okay. My aunt used to buy me olives for the same reason. Every time I saw her, she'd buy me a little can of olives because I put them all on my fingers and eat them off.
I was just about to ask, green or black olives?
Black.
I've just
the time.
added
I've graduated.
curiosity. I was just
I've
wondering.
graduated to green. Green's better as a grown up, but as a kid, black olives make perfect little alien fingers.
That's true. That's true.
So, okay, so now we got backstory on that one. So watching the kids grow up as fast as they did, I'm going to freak you out, and I'm going to make you look vulnerable even though I know you're not. So I'm excited for this one because I don't think he's going to talk about it. So
Hold on.
Yeah, you, Justin. Yeah.
Well, go ahead, and I'll tell you if I will or won't.
Oh, you probably won't. So watching how fast your daughter's growing up and then your kids are getting into the teenage years, to me, 2.5 coming up on 3 went by real quick, and it really makes you stop and think. For you, you've got something that neither of us are going to be facing here in the next year or two, and that's your daughter starting to date. So,
Oh, you're assuming that she is going to date in a year or two.
eventually, but-
Yeah, I feel like that's probably a
So-
little further off, but I have
Okay,
like
yeah,
this.
Let's talk about that. I'm kind of curious. How are you preparing yourself for that?
I'm not. I've said this before. Like, I really
didn't
feel
freak
like
you out?
no, not at all. Everything's case by case. Number one, I listen to my kid, and when she tells me about it, and I know anything I say could be turned into being real naive, but
No.
well, to say anything positive comes off as being naive. But when I hear her talk about the boys at school, she clearly has interest in what I would consider like the good boys, the boys that would not be trouble. Now I know they could change in an instant. Clearly, like I've been a teenager myself. I know how that goes. I liked the bad boys at a real young age. So thank you for laughing at that. Just leave me hanging. No, I'm not worried about it. Plus, I have I've never understood the dad that sits on the porch in the rocking chair cleaning his gun.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I don't like that either.
I think it's stupid. There's a guy that I follow on YouTube that put it best. Like he's kind of a political dude, but he
Oh, is he the one that looks like you? He's got red hair and red beard.
big beard. Yeah, it's funny enough. His name's Justin King in real life.
Is it really?
It's bizarre. Yeah. Anyway,
Not that that's
He-
your name or anything.
he huh?
Not that that's your name or anything.
I think we've already just we're good. We've established that. It's fine.
But anyway, he has a video on the exact topic of, well, okay, so you've told your daughter that if a boy comes to the house, you're going to be cleaning your gun when the boy shows up, and if he ever does anything, then you're going to kill him. Okay, now your daughter really likes this dude, and the dude turns out to be an asshole, a problem. Like he's something that a real threat. But your daughter knows that she loves him for whatever reason, because like you've said a million times, your brain's not developed till you're 25, at least. So she's gonna look at the scenario and go, "Oh God, I still love the boy." Yes, he's kind of a problem because those are real wishy-washy situations with a bad relationship like that. I'm trying to put it in real light terms. But she ain't going to tell you shit because she loves this asshole. So you're never going to know that he's doing nasty shit. So I've never subscribed to, like, I just like the way that guy put it, but even before that, I was like, yeah, I've always kind of felt this way. I don't, that whole, like, I'm going to put the fear of God in that boy, fuck off. Like, when have you ever known a dude, any of your dude friends that have been scared of somebody's dad? Because I never have. None of my friends have ever been scared of some dad cleaning a shotgun and he's doing it wrong. He's using the wrong oil. They fucking know more about guns than the dad does. So that's dumb mentality. I trust my daughter's judgment, at least at this time. She's 10, sure, fucking 5-6 years down the road. Who knows? Her tastes might change. Her interests will clearly change, obviously. I like the conversation of the parents that are friends with their kids, because some people think that's just downright dumb. You don't want to be friends with your kids. You're not friends. You're parents. I think there's a middle ground, personally, because I think with friendship comes trust if you do it right. I think with parenthood, just being a strict asshole parent, a certain amount of resentment is bred, and I don't really have much interest in creating any of that. I think it comes with the territory as it is, so why produce more? Like I remember growing up and having friends. I had a good relationship with my parents until I got to a certain age and some things became a certain thing, but I remember my parents, who had the strictest, meanest parents, they didn't respect them for being shitheads. They resented them. They didn't tell them shit. They go off and do crazy stuff because why fucking not? Nobody loves me. Like, that's a real thing. Like, that's, you go off and you do your own thing. So, when it comes to, I'm curious how it'll go. Sure, there's a little bit of like, will it go bad? Will it go well? You never know. I remember also being a teenager and trusting everything that my friends and the girls that I liked and the people my age, everything they said held more weight than my parents. To no fault of my parents' own, they in my opinion did a good job. Sorry.
No. I just got a text message.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't trying to signal
I know
you.
I've been rambling.
No, you're fine.
I was.
Yeah. No, clearly, like, I have a lot to say, so I've thought a lot about it. I think that's a really big conversation, but it doesn't make me feel vulnerable or anything. I'm eager.
You're not like worried about it when she starts dating or anything. You're like looking forward to it.
I feel like that's a weird mindset. I feel like that's a real common mindset. A lot of dads of daughters seem to go straight to that, and their knee jerk reaction is, "Fuck any boy that comes around." I try to steer clear of talking about extended family, but my father-in-law, it is interesting to me because he has a lot to say. He doesn't have a lot to say. He'll make the same kind of jokes that, "Are you worried about what's going to go on when she starts dating boys?" I don't know why I'm giving a redneck accent. He doesn't talk like that at all. But in my head, I'm like, no, we'll see how it goes. Plus, when I was dating his daughter, he trusted me totally. Like, we were totally cool. Everything was fine. And previous to me, no one could compare because I was the most badass motherfucker my wife ever met. So,
but you sure did hand him that slice of humble pie.
Yeah.
I was just curious, man. I'm like, because for me, I'm worried about, my youngest already is flirting.
Yeah.
He does that look, like, anytime there's a female he's never met, or even if it is.
I was wondering why you brought it up.
He does that, like, "Hey, how you doing?" kind of look. And it's just like, okay, dude, tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
You're only 2, but
That's it. Okay.
So and then for you, it's going to be other side of the coin.
Well, let me. You had something to say, and then I have something in response to you.
Oh no, I was just bullshit. I remember my sister flirting with about your kid's age, flirting with my brother's friends that would come over, which they were like older teens. And I remember my nephew, the one I was just talking about a second ago that peed on me, same way as your boys. Anytime a girl would come around, he'd give the cute eyes and everybody go, oh, he's so cute. I always wondered if it was because they do that because everybody reacts to it.
Oh, absolutely.
As soon as they bat the eyes, everybody just freaks out. So they just, okay, well, I got a reaction last time, I'm going to do it again.
No, absolutely.
But my daughter, we don't have a lot of, I can't think of any boys that she wasn't in school with between that age and the grown-ups in her family. I don't remember because I've never seen her do any flirtiness. So,
So you brought up the guy that is on YouTube and how he articulated that dynamic between the parent and the child and grown-up wisdom. And also, I think, I mean, this is all in my head as a quote-unquote theory, but if my daughter was like 15, 16 and some boy comes over and I'm cleaning my guns, blah, 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 I'm being the badass here, like there is a natural male versus male dynamic that's going to happen where
he could buck up too.
Well, no, like he wants to conquer my daughter. All of a sudden she's an object, to a trophy to win instead of somebody that he's interested in, all because I want to show my ass, to somebody.
That makes sense.
I think that
Also, we've all dated. Like, you know that thing where you're on your best behavior in front of the parents. And
Yeah.
As soon as you're alone in the car with the girl, you're totally different.
yeah, totally. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you're yourself. So, yeah. Sorry. That's all.
No, you're fine. That's really all I had because I think I agree with you 100% on everything that you're saying.
Sweet. Again. He knows how often he agrees with me. It's awesome.
So for you on the other side, how are you? Does that affect you? How you're raising your boys to okay, so to get to that, or are you just how are you? Is that affecting how you're raising your kids, basically?
Good question. Yes, and because I like Justin, I don't want to be that weirdo that cleans guns in front of their kids. We have raised both of our boys to be strong feminists, and consent is something that we've instilled in them from the very get-go. Like, if their grandparents are like, "Hey, come here, give me a hug," and if they don't want to give them a hug, they don't have to. Like, it's only okay if they are okay with it. They're full in control of their body autonomy.
As a parent of a girl, thank you. Yeah.
And so I'd say those are the two of the biggest things, because they're 9 and 11 right now, and so it will translate later on. I would hope anyway, to keep doing that. It's not about like, oh, we'll be respectful, be a gentleman. No, like you have to know there are rarely things that are black and white, but when it comes to that, there is, and so that will not be acceptable for either of them, as they grow up and start to date. Also, if any dad is cleaning their guns in front of you, let me know, because I really do want to have a conversation with the parents. Like that is incredibly immature, and I will handle it parent to parent.
Yeah, because it says something about them like psychologically. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is literally a parent insinuating that they will murder a child.
Yeah.
Like that is what it is.
Under 20.
Yeah, like that is exactly what that is. And so it's weird. There's this weird obsession with showing your dominance in that regard, and honestly, it really comes off as like sexualizing your daughter in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm protecting you.
Property.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just not right. I don't like it.
How long have you known your wife?
I have the exact
Teenager or 20s or
12 years now.
Okay, so you were already like, well, because I was gonna ask, do you remember there being anything like that from? Because I know you were a grown up, but from her dad, did you get any kind of weird?
No,
because that's not child years.
Was I a nervous little bitch when I came to ask his okay to propose to? Whew.
Did it go, apparently went well.
Well, yeah, it went really great. Yeah. No, he was really glad, but no, that was the only time.
But no, like
no.
Well, so I was a girl. I was like 29, 30.
Yeah.
And me and my wife went to, we just found out we were pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen, we got a lot of shit for it. We barely knew each other for like 3 or 4 months. And we're like, you know what? Let's make a family. So I get that there's this weird, we did everything backwards, right?
You're the best success story that I can think of.
We met each other, we knew each other, and then dated for like 3 or 4 months, and we're like, let's have a baby. It worked out for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get that there is this sort of predetermined judgment on us at the time from, my family, her family. And so when we went to go tell them, her family, well, we told my family, and my sister's excited. She gets to be an aunt. The very first thing my mom says is, "Are you going to get married?" I'm like, all right, well, let's leave because I'm not down for this right now.
Literally just answered the question.
Yeah. And so we go to her parents' house, and nobody is thrilled. It is awkward. It's got the vibe of a funeral. Her dad is like, well, you need to, they're pretty religious. He's like, you need to get married. You need to save that child's soul. And he looks at me. He's like, I'm going to take you to church and you're going to learn the Bible. And the whole spiel. Again, I'm a grown ass 30-year-old being talked down to by this in what was a really exciting time of our lives.
Did you, not to get too deep into that, but did you expect some of that pushback on that side?
I don't know because I barely knew her family.
That's fair.
But I think more than anything, my wife was hopeful. Her brother, he just found the whole thing funny. But we are in a much better place now. But I will say that does not stop just because you are grown.
Okay, yeah, because that's why I was trying to find somebody that makes perfect sense. So that was basically metaphorically shotgun on the porch.
Yeah.
All right. It is funny that your mom was the first stop on the shotgun wedding train, though. That's
yeah. Not even a congratulations. She's like, so you're gonna get married?
Yeah.
I'm really? That's what you got? That's your first words, huh?
I'll give her that's a genuine question, but
yeah, maybe save it for after congratulating me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a time and a place.
You ever think ahead to that if that happens to you?
If somebody proposes to her? Well,
No. If your daughter and her boyfriend come back to you and be like, hey, I'm pregnant.
That's a conversation for another episode, but I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't put much thought into that particular thing.
Yeah.
If she was 29, do your thing.
Right.
If she was 16, that's a whole big conversation.
How about 19?
Dude.
He's like, I don't know if I made it clear, but I'm not talking about this.
Look, I was uncontrollably uncomfortable last week, so I don't want to do that this week. We're good.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah, keep going. We're good.
So I'm bringing it back around to you because your kids are 2.
Right.
Is this mine?
Have you thought about how you're going to raise them?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be respectful, old school, treat them like they're the best, females like they're the best. Open their doors, say hi, do whatever, but be respectful as well.
Yeah. I still open the door for my wife.
For me, it's more of a, I don't know, for me, I know they're learning by watching. No, you don't.
Sometimes.
Yeah, there you go. Watching what I do, so I make sure to treat my wife really good when they're around.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they're not, I try. Even though I'm asleep sometimes.
Wait, what?
So when the kids aren't around. No, but I know they're watching me, so I try to be a good role model.
Lead by example.
That I respect so
As
much.
soon as they get older, I'll start teaching okay, now why are we opening the door for them? Why are we helping them? For me, it's because I know what they're about to go through, what my wife has gone through. Dude, they deserve it. So.
You know what kind of bums me out? I remember being a kid, and my mom and dad weren't always affectionate and stuff, but my dad would go over and give her a kiss, and everybody go, ew. So in my head, I'd think, I'm going to be, regularly affectionate. I don't make a big push to do it or anything, but I don't, if I'm around, I'm going to give her a kiss and a hug or whatever. And it's all the time. It's no big deal. And you guys would roll your eyes constantly because we tell each other I love you probably once every 5 minutes. It's
that's fine.
Have I told you lately? But it's constant. And now we've got my daughter doing it too. So we're the whole family.
Listen,
screaming from the other room.
Before I left my house, my wife was playing Fortnite, and I sat on her lap and said, "I miss you already."
Dude.
I'm the same, but the eyes you gave me was a lot. That was.
I don't have anything to add to that except for my boys are now saying I love you, and it's.
Aw,
absolutely,
that's cute.
right?
Yeah,
It's great.
Okay,
I love it.
So my point was, I've made a serious effort to this is normal. This is what life is. We love each other. We're kissing and we're hugging and I cuddle on the couch and my daughter will come in the other room and I've got my head in my wife's lap just looking up at her and talking, like that kind of stuff. Maybe it's too much now that I say it all out loud, because my problem is I still hear my daughter go, ew, like.
Yeah, but I mean, your normal
to
is
make it normal.
Yeah, your normal is going to be different from somebody else's normal. That's
fair.
fine.
All right.
That's true. Everybody's different. You never cuddle with me at work, though.
I will from here on out because you bring me candy.
That is true, dude. That coffee candy is amazing.
It's great. I'm always very grateful when you bring it to me.
All the time. It gives you the twitches.
Okay.
It's like a shot of espresso in a, dude.
Yep.
It's great.
Anyway, it brings me good candy, so
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm gonna cuddle with him tomorrow.
I hope you two enjoy your time.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
What was it? Was it the second part you interrogating me about?
I was curious because, again, it's like watching the kids grow. To me, it's not that bad because it's only been less than 3 years, but they're growing so fast to me. So I was just curious if you guys ever had that moment where you're just sitting back and watching your children, your older children growing, and you're like, man, where'd the time go?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah.
Freaking out, like, holy shit, they're about to do this.
However, keep going. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, because the one thing that stuck into my head when I was watching them is how you and I were talking a couple months ago, maybe, where you were kind of worried because your daughter was going to start walking home from school by herself.
Oh, yeah.
You were worried about that, and I was like, well, I wonder what else he's...
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because I was really, which that's how everything goes. Every couple years, there's a new thing that you're looking toward, not knowing how it's going to go. That was a big deal for me, was her walking home from school, and that was perfect. I mean, just like most things are, most things go well. I don't have a whole lot of like concern that things won't at least work themselves out if they go bad for a time, like because things do seem to even out, go well, we'll get used to things, whatever. So I don't worry too much about that kind of stuff. But yeah, her walking home from school worked out great. It was and I was really excited for it to be a new experience for her, but at the same time I was scared. I walked home every day when I was a kid for several years when I was probably younger than her before we moved to the country. But yeah, so no, that was great. My wife would go pick her up halfway. They'd walk home. They'd get a chance to talk, and it was this cool new experience. And now she's really interested in it. So, crap. There was something I was gonna tack on to what you were saying a second ago. Oh well, go ahead.
Well, while we're waiting for you, how about you?
What was the question?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you kind of like are looking, like watching your kids grow, that you're freaking out about what they're coming up to, like walking home from school or this or that, or anything that you're worried about that, after watching your kids grow so fast?
Yeah, and I don't want to bring it down too hard, but with the gun violence in schools, that's what really freaks me out. I have, an anxiety attack almost every morning when I would drop them off from at school. I've had to have my wife come with me because, I am literally not able to do it. So that's something that I constantly worry about. On a more personal level, it is, so my middle child is going to be at a school that's very close, and so we're toying around with the idea of him walking home, but I think it's going to be me riding a bike with the trailer on the back with the baby in it, and then he can ride in the trailer and I ride back. My older son, he's going to be riding the bus. He's ridden the bus before. It's fine. So I'm not terribly concerned about that, but it's just opening up the world a little more at a time. I think
well put.
I want them to feel safe. I want them to be confident in their decisions. Have a plan B, a getaway plan, stuff like that. That's really the biggest thing.
It is. I don't want to go down that conversation path just yet, but it is striking to hear even when she was in daycare, coming home from school and saying, "Yeah, we did a drill today." I was like, well, what was the drill for? And then she'd go into it and be like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah, that's a heavy feeling.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's crazy. Yeah, there's no silver lining around that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I get it. I
do remember what I was going to say though. To the feeling like your kid's a little bit older than mine, so your oldest, so you can speak to that, but I remember when my daughter was 5 or 6 and looking back and going, holy shit, when people say that the time passes so fast, I always thought it was just something people say. But it goes in my head, before my daughter was born, I think if I thought of how long a baby is around, it's probably 30 or 40 years, and then they become a toddler, not 30 or 40 years, but it feels like it.
No, it feels.
I always thought it was forever. And then when she hit 5, I'm like, oh my God, she's already doing this and walking and going to school and all these things she's doing. And where did the baby years go?
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Then literally just yesterday, I told my wife, I said, I realized recently that all those years felt like they flew by. And I know 5 years from now, my opinion of this will change. But I remember I told my daughter, I said, 10 felt like it went by at a normal yearly pace. Like this felt like things kind of slowed down. I think it was because at every like segment of childhood, there's like quick stages. You know what I mean? Like, which when you're a kid, you know how it is. When you're your teenage years felt like they lasted forever, but then you look back and you go, God, that was only a 5-6 years of my life where I was going through all this different stuff. But watching somebody else grow up, it feels like, you know how, I hate my stupid references, but you know how in like space travel movies where the ship goes off at light speed and it's like super fast and it slows down and then cruise speed? That's what 10s felt like, is cruise speed. We've gotten through that light tunnel and now we're here in this like, let's breathe. We've figured some things out. She can walk, talk, read, count. Yeah. She can do all the things. What are we going to do with it?
Is it because you have to sit at softball games and it's just really slow?
Probably. I find myself going through my phone every now and then and watching those old videos. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking cool. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely. I do the same thing.
Yeah,
me too. But usually they're playing with cars or jumping in the pool or it just goes by so fast. And I really do just miss it. Like bringing them home, like you don't sleep and it's rough.
Oh yeah.
But now it's just like, man, I miss the days where they just wanted to be held and fall asleep.
Yeah. It's like I can't remember where the saying is from. It's like I wish somebody told me that right now is the best time of my life. You know what I'm saying? Or I wish somebody told me that right now these are the good old days.
Yeah. Jay-Z put it best when he said, "May the the best of your tomorrows be the worst of your."
I don't know.
Somebody out there listens to Jay-Z. Never mind. He put it really.
Come prepared with that one for next week.
I apologize.
I thought so far Eminem has said it best with the arms heavy, knees weak, mom spaghetti. We quote that.
Well, we did the one time, but we did it in entirely.
Almost every show. Yeah. We've said something about that song.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, hey, this was a good one.
I agree. Yeah.
I had fun.
Yeah, me too. That was actually really good. I don't know. Sometimes looking to the forward freaks me out. But then looking at the past is like, oh,
it's all going to be good.
So.
Okay, again, I'm sorry. This is practically my identity. But every therapist that I've gone to has said to be in the moment. Don't worry about the future. Just be in the moment.
Yep, 100%. I will agree with that now.
All right.
Well, do you guys know what we need?
Ham sandwich.
Ooh.
We need a sign off.
Yeah, we need a sign off.
Fuck yeah, I'm in for a ham sandwich.